Hi, it's Tuesday. Welcome to Life Strategies with Natalia. How's everyone doing? I'm so happy that you are joining me today. Actually normally don't start off doing this, but I thought I like to get right into it because I know everyone's super busy. But I thought I would just introduce myself because I know some of you are seeing me for the first time. So, I'm Natalia. I also go by Nat. I am a life fulfillment strategist and a certified wellness coach. I love helping high achievers reach their highest potential by helping them get clear, get healthy, and really break free from whatever blocks are holding them back from creating their best life. So, what are we focusing on tonight? Because I'm here every Tuesday at 6:30 Spanish time in the evening. So if you're joining me, you could be joining me in the evening, you could be joining me in the afternoon or the morning, depending on where you are. But wherever you are, I'm glad that you are here with me. So what are we talking about today? Got my notes here. Okay, we were talking about slowing down to speed up. I'm going to give you 8 tips on how to slow down and restore your energy. But I'm saying if you feel like you are scattered, like you have no time to do anything, like you have a million things going on in your mind, then you're going to really enjoy this training. I hope you get lots of value from it. Grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, say hi. If you're live, welcome. Give me a hashtag live if you're live. If you're on replay, give me a hashtag replay. And if you're newbie, say hi newbie, give me a hashtag newbie, and I'll definitely say hello. I like to be as interactive as possible, so if you guys have questions as I'm going through, just feel free to comment and I'll get back to you. Okay, and I'm gonna be looking at some notes here. Okay, so you know when you wake up in the morning and your alarm goes off and you're like, okay, 5 more minutes, one more snooze. And it's probably the only time when you're like, okay, let me just slow down. Give me some hearts if you're feeling me here. And then it's like you're off. Then the whole day is just go. And then you hit your pillow and you can't sleep. Like, who has had that? Like, come on. That used to happen to me all the time. And you know, it happens. Like, the speed of life has really affected us in more ways than we even begin to notice. So that's what I really want to talk about today. The fast-paced life that we're in, that we've created. It's like faster food, faster cars, faster computers. And, you know, we expect all of these things to go faster for us, but it's actually, we now have to speed up too. So we are, you know, we're even more busy than we used to be because we have, you know, so many things at our fingertips. There's like notifications that go off, emails, you know, shopping that you have to do, kids you have to take care of. Like, there's just so much. And it's like we have sped up as well. So it's funny. Okay, do this on the replay too, because I think this is hilarious. So I did this exercise as I was putting this together because I used to be super bad at this. Okay, here's a fun test. And sorry, I'm digressing a little bit, but okay, so are you a multitasker? So like when you're on your computer, do you do this right now? How many windows do you have open? Just like put it in the comments. I'll tell you mine after because you might think it's high, but I was actually pretty proud of myself. Okay, so then I'm gonna say, how many tabs in those windows do you have open? Okay, so when I did this, okay, this is what I had. I had 6 windows. I had 1 Word doc open, 3 Excel, I had 2 PDF, and then I had my OneNote open. And in my windows, I had 24 tabs in total across 6 windows. So I'm so curious, like just do it when you get home, or maybe find just like one random time and you're like, oh, I'm going to do that exercise, and if you can, comment on the video, but I mean, no big deal. But just make a mental, just being aware of it is so, is the first step. Like okay, so just to tell you how bad I used to be, like when in my corporate days, I used to have probably like 20 windows open, you know, the bottom of your, well, I PC, but like, I don't know if it's, if Macs have this, but PC, like the more windows you have open, the larger your bottom bar gets. I think you can change it so there's different settings or whatever, but my bar at the bottom used to be like 4 lines long. Like, who does that? I used to. So needless to say, I had 1 line and 24 tabs. I'm pretty proud of myself, so I'm gonna keep going. With that. But it's all about, you know, getting into those habits, like of, you know, I've even started on the computer, because I'll just like tangent 1 second, but like big shiny object syndrome. I don't know if anyone experiences this, but it's like you're working and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I got an idea. I'm going to go do that instead. Oh, I just remembered I have to call so-and-so. I'm just going to drop everything and go and do that. So these are like shiny objects coming to distract you, and they usually come up when it's work that you're like not super excited about. That's when at least I get the most distracted. So it's like, you know, how can you, like, it's like, so when I get into these things, I've triggered myself now to say, what are you working on right now? So I like re-ask the question, like, what am I doing right this second? And then I'm like, okay, if I can leave it, if it's not important, then I'll say, okay, I'm going to write it in my agenda and I'm going to close that window. That's what I'm trying to do, because having like 24 things open is ridiculous. It's not necessary. And like, I know we need to have like lots of things open to do one thing, but I don't know about 24. Anyway, I digress. So maybe those tips will help you. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments if they do, or reach out to me directly. Okay, so we've got to be able to maintain balance, is what I'm saying here. When you're stressed, when you're angry, when you're upset, when you're anxious, these are all negative emotions and they carry negative energy with them. So when you're in this state of being, I guess you could say, it can really lead to disconnect. Like, it can really lead to you disconnecting with your mind, body, and soul, which is, you know, essentially what happened to me back right before I left corporate. And totally another story for another day, but this disconnect, it leads to imbalance. It can lead to imbalance. And it can lead, you may have heard this before, it can lead to dis-ease in your body. So it's a funny word, disease, because it does spell, like, if you break it, hyphenate it out, dis-ease, meaning that like there's just something not right inside. Like, so it, like, by slowing down, you're actually gaining more energy. And you're going to be able to gain more energy to do the things that were keeping you busy. So it feels a lot better when you go through your day in a calm state of mind versus you're in like a crazy frenzy, like chicken with the head cut off. Is that how you say it? I can't even remember. But it's like, it can really get the best of us. I don't know how to tell you. And, you know, let me know if you guys have been feeling this, because I know that it's not just me. I see it with people I help every day. And, you know, when you slow down too, like you might meet someone you wouldn't have met before, or you notice things, you might see challenges differently, like you might just see opportunities show up. it's really quite amazing when you feel positive, when you use your positive emotions to attract positivity to you. I know it's really hard, like it's much harder said than done. Sometimes it's a lot of inner work that you have to do, but I'm going to tell you these 8 tips right now that you can use to slow down. They're really small. They are totally doable, and just maybe pick 1 or 2 and see if you want to take them on and implement them. And maybe you already have, I'm not sure. Okay, so the 8 tips. Numero uno. Put a diffuser on when you're cooking, or if you're working at home. I have my diffuser going on. I have like lavender is usually going on a lot. You can definitely use candles. Just make sure they're not toxic. And I just find, smells in themselves have just such an amazing impact on our bodies. Like if you think about a smell that's really pleasant to you, like, cookies cookies cooking in the oven or baking in the oven, like it smells so just delicious, versus burning. Like that's horrible, and it's like all sorts of like, oh my god, panic, like burnt panic. So you can tell, like your body physically responds when you think of like yummy delicious cookies versus burnt cookies. You know what I mean? I'm bad using cookies in this example, but whatever. So then the second tip I'll tell you is set aside 1 night a week that's just for you. I can kind of see you guys are being like, 1 night a week? Are you crazy? So I get it. Like everyone's different. Everyone's at different stages, especially if you have family, lots of kids, lots of young kids. So what I will say is if a night seems totally crazy, it is going to be crazy and you're not going to get there because that's how you feel about it. So start small, like find 15 minutes, find 5 minutes, just 15 minutes where you are just like on your own. Maybe it's reading a book, maybe it's closing your eyes for just 5 minutes just to collect yourself and just be. So that's number 2. So number 3 is, and this is really, I have a hard time with this still, but say no to unnecessary obligations that are causing you stress. When we feel overwhelmed, when I feel overwhelmed, I stop and I take a piece of paper and a pen and I write down everything that is coming up for me, because I find that exercise alone, I release it. I can't describe to you the feeling of just, okay, it's out there. Okay, it just feels more achievable when I see it laid out, when I know exactly what I need to do. I'm like, okay, I can do that in that half an hour. I'm gonna find some time in my calendar. And you kind of just go through it like that. Like, just don't let them pile up. That's when we get to be in the overwhelm. So out of your head onto paper, and then schedule it into your diary, into your agenda. Numero 4, that's number 4. Pick 1 day a week where you can escape to nature or a hiking trail or a body of water, i.e. get to nature. Nature has this, it's like this je ne sais quoi, like I don't know how to describe it to you, but I know for me anyway, when I'm on the beach, when I'm on the water, I am not worried. Like that's where I go when I'm not feeling great. And I just feel instantly better, because for me, when I look out to the sea, I just see like, there's just so much world out there. And what I'm thinking about is really, it's peanuts, like in the grand scheme of things. And you just remember, like for me, that's what it reminds me, that there's bigger things out there and it's all going to be okay. Okay, so Sorry, let me just, okay. Oh, I was going to say, even if you've never done this, you might want to try this. Doing a walking meditation. Definitely leave this for summer or, warmer weather, depending on where you are. But if you take your socks off and you just like walk around barefoot on the grass, just quietly. Richard Gere does this in Pretty Woman, just FYI. Just always makes me think of that moment. But try it. It's like, it's life-changing. Okay, number 5, promise yourself only to eat at the table. Okay, so this is super hard. It was hard for me, but again, like I'm saying it's hard, so it's going to be hard. So these are mental like checks to say, okay, I have a hard time with this now, but I'm getting better at this every day. So, keep one night where it's like popcorn and movie night on the couch. It's not to say that you can't ever eat anywhere else, but I think when you try and make a habit out of it, you feel better and you start changing those patterns. Like for me, it was eating on the couch before bed. You start changing those patterns, and then that can have a really positive impact. Okay, I'm almost done. Sorry. So number 6. Hold your fork with the opposite hand. So this is kind of a weird one, but I say this because it's kind of about like challenging your body. So when you challenge your body to do different things, it kind of says like, whoa, hold up, what's happening? So it kind of like almost triggers you or I don't know what the right word is, but influences you, or I guess triggers like your body to just react differently. It's like all of a sudden it's got this new energy. It's like, whoa, I'm doing something different. I'm eating with my left hand, not my right. So try little fun things like that. It's you might have heard little tricks like that before. So number 7, close your eyes for a few minutes in the middle of the day. Kind of alluded this in number 4. We were talking about getting out in nature, but yeah, this can be really powerful if you can just close your eyes for a few minutes, like 2 minutes. I like doing this in the sun, by the beach. Surprise, surprise. But you can do this anywhere. And, it just really gives you that time to just tune out your external world and just get inside for a minute. Just reflect inside for a sec. So then number 8 is chew your food slowly. Sorry, my iPhone storage full just came on. It distracted me. Okay, so chew your food slowly, 30 times slowly. I wrote a blog about this last spring, I believe. But, we eat really fast, and just, if you can just use even eating as a form of meditation, I tend to try to sort of explore, for food, for example, what's the texture? What spices am I tasting if it's something that's like a cooked meal? I try to think about things that I'm grateful for, or, the fact that I can, I don't know, the grateful thing, I've started to do that when drinking water. Like when I'm drinking water, I'm starting to think wow, I'm grateful for being able to drink this clean water. I'm grateful for the home that I have. I'm grateful for light. I'm grateful for my electricity bill because I get to enjoy the light. All these things where I used to think are I don't want that. It's no, I value the electricity that I get to use. I appreciate the clean drinking water that I have that many people don't. And, it's all about gratitude. Anyway, I think this is one of my longer training sessions, so I hope that you did get a lot out of it. You guys are pretty quiet today, but that's okay. Look out, maybe I'll just recap quickly. So number 1, 8 tips to slow down. So number 1, use a diffuser when cooking or working, or a not toxic free candle. Set aside one night a week that's just for you, or start with 5 minutes, 15 minutes. Say no to unnecessary obligations that cause you stress. Pick one day a week where you escape to nature. Promise yourself to eat at the table. Number 6, hold your fork in the opposite hand. Number 7, close your eyes for a few minutes every day. Number 8, chew your food slowly, like 30 times slowly. And then, look out for the blog on Friday, because I always try and do a complimenting blog for those who may have missed the live or who prefer reading. I actually love writing, so I also do that for that reason. Anywho, have a great night. Lots of love. Talk to you soon.